Throw hand.
Thank you guys, hello everyone and welcome back to Rohan's Corner, and this week I am taking another break from the best Transformers on-screen deaths to bring you a mini review, and this week it is the mini review of MechFans Toys Octane, or Poison, or as he was known before he was released, Poison Fog. Okay, we'll have a quick look at the packaging. Octane on the front there in his three modes with an animation of the actual bot mode. On the top we've got the outline, on the side the same animation. On the bottom we can see Blitzwing coming. He looks really good with some warning logos. Apparently there's an animation and a G-Toys version, don't know what that's all about. On the side we've got the same, we've got the image of the actual toy in bot mode, and then on the back we've got the various different modes and the accessories, the head and the gun. So let's open him up. Now the boxes from MechFans Toys are not the best quality, they are sort of cheaper quality packaging, but hey ho, just chuck that over there. In the box you get Octane himself in his clamshell, comes with the extra head and his gun, the bot himself, and you get the instruction manuals, 2 pages of instructions, which are quite good actually, not bad. So here he is in bot mode. Definitely bot mode is the nicest of his 3 modes, and he looks fabulous. The colour scheme is great, the finish is good. I would say that the articulation is reasonable. He's got articulation pretty much on every joint, and you can fiddle with bits and pieces. Some of the joints are a little bit loose, but as we've said on the show before, MechFans Toys tend to do the best value for money Legends class bots. Transformation wise, it is a little bit fiddly. There's a lot of panels and you have to move things around, swivel bits around, but it's actually really well engineered. And I think that Magic Square and New Age Toys actually have dumbed down their transformation engineering in more recent times compared to MechFans Toys, who seem to be upping their game. The other thing I would say is that MechFans Toys for me seems to be kind of almost 2 companies. You've got the 4th party KO knockoff company who just takes Magic Square and other companies' toys and upscales it, and then you've got the actual engineered toys, part of the MS Mechanics Studios range, who seem to be developing their own figures, and they seem to be where you're getting all the innovation. Here we have a nice Legends bot lot with Magic Square Motormaster on the left, New Age Galvatron, MFT Octane obviously standing next to MFT Blaster, Dead End from Magic Square, Hot Soldiers Gold Bug, and New Age Prowl at the front there, and the Diddy Little Magic Square Cliff Jumper, just for scale. He sort of scales quite nicely with Magic Square and MFT, I would say. New Age Galvatron is good, but obviously Prowl is not. Okay, so here we have MFT Octane in his jet mode, and you can see I think this is probably the weakest of the 3 modes that he has. The cockpit and the side windows are a nice addition. The arms make up his tankers, which is quite cool. The back end, as you can probably see as I come around here, you can still see the truck cab underneath, and it's kind of open here. They could have, I think a third-party company who makes add-on kits for Legends could have made some sort of fuselage back there to cover up some of this gubbins. Even the wheels are visible here at the top. And yeah, I mean, overall it's okay. It's not bad. It panels together okay. It's not loose and flimsy. It does stick together. Underneath there is a bit of visible head syndrome there, and you can see the wheels. There's no sort of landing gear or anything to sit him on. It's not a bad depiction of that type of passenger jet, and it's not like we got a lot of Transformers that depicted that. Here is MechFans Toys Starscream. You can see they are pretty similar in scale. And I've got Magic Square Cosmos, who is quite a bit smaller obviously, but he's a lot fatter and taller. Here's Octane's tanker mode, which I think is probably his nicest alt mode. He has got a lot of panels that cover everything up nicely and has got some great bits of detail along the bottom here, showcasing the tanker. The lines on the wings make a nice panel there, and the cab looks pretty cool. Even at the back, they've closed it up, so that's quite nice. The only sort of complaint I have, if any, is that mine seems to have some sort of bowed effect where at the bottom here it seems to be higher on the back end than at the front end, so when you place him down it doesn't quite sit flush, it doesn't roll at all, mine. I think if I were to push, then I could possibly get him to that position, but ultimately it's okay. Mechfans Toys Ultra Magnus, who's a lot longer, as you can see there. We've got Magic Squares Wild Rider, much smaller. Toy Worlds Wheeljack, again smaller, but you know, he's a tanker, so he's supposed to be long and wide, although he's not as wide as these Magic Square boys are. So if we look at the width here, you can possibly see there, he's quite a narrow tanker. He comes with a second gaping mouth face for the Ghost of Starscream episode, Starscream's Ghost, so you can actually attach it. You have to unscrew the original head and put it on, and you can pull out the arms and recreate that scene if you want to, with him mistransformed. For all you Chug fans out there, here's a very quick reference against some Chug bots. He sort of fits in nicely with deluxe size, but he is not quite as chunky as the Chug stuff. Right, so final thoughts. I'm a huge Octane fan. I love the character, and while this figure is not 100% perfect, it's probably one of the best Octanes we've ever had. If Chug could upscale this and sell this in the War for Cybertron line, I'd be very happy with it. For £26 to £28, depending on where you get him from, I think it's fabulous value for money, and it will sit in really nicely with Astro Train and Blitzwing once he comes along. So yeah, definite recommend. Go out and buy him. Anywho, for another week, that's been Rohan on Rohan's Corner. Catch you again next week. Back to the studio. Pew, pew.
Hey boys, we've been rumbled. Well, let's bounce.